वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Hare Krishna, everybody. Please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada. This is Preeti Vilasni Devidasi from Atlanta, Georgia, welcoming you all to the mid-morning session. May I know who all are on the call today?
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devidasi from Chicago, Illinois.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Priya Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for being there with us every single day and giving us your warm association. Welcome to the conference call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, so glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharajas and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirtidas Sundaridas.
Hare Krishna, Girtila Sundari Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you for your very, very beautiful recitation of the Bhagavad Gita. Welcome to the conference call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anyone else would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna, Preeti Lasni Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai, and all the assembled devotees. This is Shivani from Ashram, Virginia. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you, Shivani Mataji, for your warm association, joining the call, and for all your services. Welcome to the conference call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasni Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for being there on all the calls and giving us your most valuable association. Welcome to the call. Anyone else would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Balavrinda.
Hare Krishna, Balavrinda. Thank you so much for joining the call and giving us your very, very valuable association. Welcome. Any other introductions for today?
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Darshan Darshan Saram Kavita Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama.
Anyone else would like to introduce themselves before we get started?
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat pranams to all devotees here. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Sumi from Chennai, India.
Hare Krishna, Sumi Mataji. So happy to have you on the call. Very, very grateful for your association. Thank you for joining us from wherever you are every single day. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Any other introductions? Okay, we'll get started with the recording. Hare Krishna. I welcome everyone to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Today we are very, very fortunate to have a wonderful speaker, His Grace Ramgiridhari Prabhu. But before that, I would like to read the quote for today by Srila Prabhupada. It's 17th June today. And Srila Prabhupada said in Mayapur, June 17th, 1973, horse is controlled by the mouth. Therefore, you have seen the harnesses are fixed in the mouth. The driver controls the mouth and the horse goes. So Krishna was a boy. How did he know that this demon Keshi has come in the shape of a horse? If I have to control him, I will have to control him with his mouth. So he pushed his hand within the mouth of the horse, and the horse felt it was like a hot iron bar. So he died. Similarly, when Krishna fought with Arishtasura, he knew that to control the bull, you have to control the horns. So he took up the horns and killed him. This is Swabhavaki, natural. He knows everything. Mayapur, June 17, 1973. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you all so much for joining us today and giving us your most valuable association. Prabhuji has not yet come, but today's class will be given by His Grace Ramgiridhari Prabhu. And the verses for today is Madhya chapter 28, verses 33 to 45 from Caitanya Bhagavata. So we'll give it a few minutes, and once Prabhu joins, he'll get started. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining us today. We have His Grace Ramgiridhari Prabhuji with us. Prabhuji, thank you so much for giving us your most valuable association. The verses for today is Sri Caitanya Bhagavat, chapter 28, verses 33 to 45. You cannot take over the call, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All the glories for the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. So we are reading from Sri Caitanya Bhagavata, Madhya Khanda, chapter 28, the chapter titled The Lord's Pastime of Accepting Sannyasa, verse number 33 to 45. It's a very famous and wonderful pastime. So let's go to the verses. Ekalav hate kari sukriti shridharam henai samayasi haila gocharam. At that time, the pious Sridhara came there with a bottle gourd in his hand. Lao beta deki hase Shri Gaura Sundare kotae paila Prabhu jignaseta hare. Seeing the bottle gourd, Shri Gaura Sundara asked him, where did you get that? Nija mane jane Prabhu kali chali bhanam yahi lau bhojana karite nari danam. The Lord, however, thought, tomorrow I will leave, therefore I will not be able to eat this. Shridharera Padhartha ki haibe anyata e Lao Bhojana aji karibe sarvatam. Yet whatever is brought by Sridhara cannot be wasted, so I must eat it today. Ete ka chintiya bhakta vatsalya rakhite janani re bali lena randhana karite. Thinking like this, to maintain his affection for his devotees, he requested his mother to cook the bottle god. Text 38. Henai samayara kona bhagyavanam dugdha bheta aniyadilena vidyamanam. At that time, one fortunate person came and offered a pot of milk. Hashiya takura bhale bhada bala bhala dugdha lao paka ghi akara hashakala. The Lord smiled and told his mother, "This is very nice. Please cook these together." Text 40. Santoshe chalila sachi karite randhanam hena bhakta vatsala shri sachiranandanam. Mother Sachi immediately went to cook in great satisfaction. In this way, the son of Sachi is so affectionate to his devotees. Kei mate mahanande Vaikunta Ishwara Kautuke Achena Ratri Dvitiya Prahara. The Lord of Vaikunta thus happily passed the evening in great ecstasy. Sabara Vidyaya Diya Prabhu Vishwambara Bojane Vashila Asi Tridasha Ishwara. After seeing everyone off, Lord Vishwambara, the Lord of Tridasha, sat down to take his dinner. Text 43. Bojana Kariya Prabhu Mukha Shuddhi Karim Chalila Shayana Ghare Gauranga Shri Hari. When he finished eating, Lord Gauranga washed his mouth and went to his bedroom. Yoga Nidra Prati Drishti Karila Ishwaram Nikate Suile Haridasha Gadadaram. There he rested under the influence of Yoga Nidra or mystic sleep while Gadadara and Haridasa slept nearby. Commentary by Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Sri Sachi Devi cooked a preparation of the bottle god and milk offered by Sridhara and another fortunate soul. After taking that preparation, Gaura Sundara went to his bedroom later in the night. As he slept, Gadadhar Pandita was also sleeping nearby. They all slept under the influence of Yoga Nidra. Text 45. Ai jane aji Prabhu kari begamanam ai rana ki ka nidra kande anukshanam. Knowing that the Lord would depart, Mother Sachi was unable to sleep and remained awake weeping. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakayam Chakshurun Militam Menam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaham Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu is preparing himself for the important phase of his manifested pastime. Mahaprabhu's pastime we can divide in 3 phases. Mahaprabhu's childhood pastimes, Mahaprabhu's childhood, including his being Nimai Pandita pastime, where his childhood naughtiness, his being an arrogant scholar, okay, apparently from the world's view. So his pastime that way. Second phase of Mahaprabhu's pastime is him being transformed as a Krishna Bhakta after his meeting with Ishwarapuri. So, and that is a very interesting phase. And the third longer phase of his pastime is that of Mahaprabhu taking sannyas. And in every pastime, in every phase of his pastime, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accomplished some important agenda. During his childhood pastime and Nimai Pandita as Nimai Pandita's pastime, Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Lord, he behaved like a normal child, established that this Kali Yuga's need urgency for people trying to become devotees. Because what happened was, when Mahaprabhu was a child, everybody loved him. Everybody knew him as a great intelligent scholar, but everybody wanted him to become a devotee. Somehow or other, Mahaprabhu's transcendental nature, he hid it. Of course, that Brahmana who visited the house, to a couple of people here and there, he revealed his identity. Otherwise, not many people knew who he was. So, he was trying to set the scene. What was the scene? His scene was to come and establish the implementation of Bhagavad Gita. What Krishna spoke in Dwapara Yuga, he felt sorry that many did not follow it. So he came as his own devotee. So he has to set up a scene, he has to set up a platform, he has to set up a ground from where this preaching mission has to start. So typically in Kali Yuga, intelligent, educated, qualified, they are also misdirected. So he wanted to generate that feeling, sentiment, and see around how people are longing for something eternal, and how Krishna consciousness movement is not just an option, it was a need. How many times you would have read in Chaitanya Bhagavata early as well as in Chaitanya Charitamrita that many people prayed. They were afraid of Nimai Pandita. They also prayed for Nimai Pandita. Such an intelligent boy, such a wonderful boy. What if he takes up spirituality? So the second phase was an interesting phase of consolidating the preaching soldiers. So if you see in this phase where he tried to introduce us to all the main members of the preaching mission, the entire Madhya Khanda, if you see the entire Madhya Khanda of Chaitanya Bhagavata, the entire Madhya Khanda is about Mahaprabhu's introduction of Advaita Acharya, Mahaprabhu's introduction of Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu's introduction of who Murari Gupta is. Mahaprabhu is introducing how this Sankirtan mission has to happen. So he is glorifying about Kolavechashri. There are so many things that are happening. So he is trying to demonstrate to the whole world that these are all my people. And he is assembling what we call as consolidating the team for the next stint. So he has gathered his core team members, Haridas Thakur, Nityananda Prabhu, Srivas Thakur, Gadadhara Pandita, Govinda, Kolaveja Sridhara, so many people, they are all assembled now. He is now spending his private internal Ananda moment with them. Because if the team has to go out and spread the preaching, then they need to be internally having that fire. They need to have that, urja. That somehow, yes, I have tasted it, I have to give up. Those who have not tasted, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says, why Utsaha happens to be an integral part of our Krishna Bhakti's progress, Prasiddhyati, because a person who does not have spiritual Shakti, who does not have spiritual energy, cannot be enthusiastic. Or conversely, enthusiasm and eagerness to perform devotional service is a natural phenomena of a person who has got spiritual energy. So internally, we can cross-check about this quotient, how much enthusiastic I am for practicing Krishna consciousness. Here, the word enthusiasm should be understood not for enthusiastic to get our profile, not enthusiastic to become famous, not enthusiastic to get benefit in terms of my social, emotional ecosystem being built. Here, enthusiasm means very clearly mapping that my life is meant for serving Sri Shama Sundara, Gaura Sundara. So that enthusiasm, and that he demonstrated in the entire Madhya Khanda, right from beginning of end of Adi Khanda onwards, Mahaprabhu has started doing that agenda. And when he did this, the team has come together and 4 outcomes have happened. Number 1, everybody got first-hand taste of Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Number 2, everybody got to know each other's glories and know the importance of their presence in this preaching mission. Number 3, everybody became so attached to Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, even those who mocked at him, who looked at him suspiciously, who were concerned about him, they all now got very pleased and they all became attached to Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. And 4, they are now ready to do anything for Mahaprabhu. Srila Prabhupada's preaching mission also have a similar parallel, a 4-phase. Srila Prabhupada's initial meeting with Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, he had the very short time, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj recognized Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And a sambandha between Guru and Shishya got very strongly established, that phase. Phase 2 is Abhay Charan De, who became eventually Bhaktivedanta Swami. He was trying to prepare his ground for creating the preaching mission. So from 1933 to 1966, so those 33 years, what Bhaktivedanta Swami did was trying to prepare his ground. He started translating books. He was internalizing. He was trying to do some, preaching initiatives in and around India to see if there can be something that can happen. He did a calculated endeavor. Third phase is establishment of ISKCON from 1966 onwards. And the fourth and important phase is empowerment of his subordinates so that this preaching movement can spread all over the world. That empowerment phase, even though Srila Prabhupada accepted everybody as a disciple, there were some wonderful empowerment and Prabhupada's directive that this preaching mission has to spread for next 10,000 years. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has now just finished apparently the groundwork. His army is ready. Core team is ready. Now everybody is in sync. Now everybody is so intoxicated with the Sankirtan mission and so attached to Srila Prabhupada. So attached to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that anything for him. In my last session, I was speaking about the project of good to great. And exactly now the great is going to happen. The great is going to happen. So naturally, Mahaprabhu is going to relinquish the good. What is good? So far that has been happening is great, but now it has come to a point in time that he has to move on to the next phase. And he is going to hand over certain things to the people out there, and he's going to the next phase of his manifest of Leela, which is Sannyas Ashrama. And the way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is entering to the Sannyas Ashrama, it is such a groundbreaking step. It is teaching some very significant preaching principles. This is only understandable when we know Mahaprabhu's heart, Mahaprabhu's incarnation, and Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission. Otherwise, Mahaprabhu's sannyas is either criticized or misunderstood or misrepresented. Only by the mercy of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Srila Prabhupada, we are able to relate Mahaprabhu's taking sannyas in a Mayavadi sannyasa parampara, about which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had been condemning left, right, center. Mahaprabhu taking sannyas in such a scenario is amazing. This will tell how preaching works. I'm sure this particular chapter, the future speakers will, drive so many reflections and realizations around it. So, our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, sannyasa, is now come to an important phase that tomorrow Mahaprabhu is going to say, now the game is that I am going to travel around and not anymore going to be locally available. So we are going to turn this current context into 3 sets of reflections and try to learn some lessons for us. Number 1, for all of us who are part of this Sankirtan preaching mission, for all of us who are at least clear that my life, I need to lead based on the needs of preaching rather than my own. So philosophically, by and large, the students of are convinced that this is some very important mission that we are part of. We may have some challenges, we may have some hiccups, we may be, here and there, but heart of heart, we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas. I was attending a course 10 days before, so we were discussing that how all of us who have been blessed to be part of the Sankirtan mission, we are Vaishnavas. Some may be in the raw stage, some may be in the ripening stage, some may be in the ripened stage. But we are all, we are all potential. So that is why respecting, inspiring, supporting, serving each other is vital. So my first reflection is that in our journey, being part of the Sankirtan mission, one of the important component that we need to start learning is anything for preaching, anything for missionary. I am available for missionaries' work. When Srila Prabhupada established this Krishna consciousness movement, this is how I am perceiving it. This is my personal reflection, and I am ready to change if anybody has better explanation. Srila Prabhupada never wanted to limit ISKCON as a cult. What is a cult? A group of people come together with the ideology of creating, bringing in, or leading a lifestyle alternate to what is currently being followed. So, a cult is good to a point in time. After that, the identity of cult should eventually be transformed, translated to lifestyle. Otherwise, this cult will be, treated as a cult, and not everyone will be subscribing towards it. It's a very subtle point that I want to say. Cult is what we typically call in business engineering called proof of concept. Srila Prabhupada came, in fact, Caitanya Mahaprabhu, what he did, he demonstrated, established, he created to one level. Srila Prabhupada took that to another level and created a fantastic fort of Krishna conscious principles and taught us what is our Krishna conscious boundary. He has not created the further details that he wanted to by bringing in more and more people accepting Krishna consciousness, more and more clarity in terms of our Varnashrama. There are several projects that Srila Prabhupada wanted, but he made sure that whatever he would want us, it will be happening within the boundary. So Srila Prabhupada took Caitanya Mahaprabhu's preaching mission to another level. But when Prabhupada handed over to his servants, he left them with so many big laundry list of things to be doing. I was hosting Jayapataka Maharaj's Vyas Puja celebration this year in Mumbai. So we were reading Jayapataka Maharaj's list of services that Srila Prabhupada had given to him. So I thought it will be 5, 10, 15, 20. I was reading and reading and reading and reading. It is almost 25, 30, 35 points. It is there on his website. You can go and see. So these Jayapataka Maharaj has compiled. These are all Srila Prabhupada's instructions to me. Specific instruction to Jayapataka Maharaj. And when Srila Prabhupada left this planet, he had given several projects to several of his disciples. So if we put them together for the next 50, 100 years, the servants have projects, activities to do. Not that we are going to sit in some cozy environment and just enjoy the results of Krishna consciousness. Yes, we can enjoy what our seniors have toiled to create this wonderful house. We can definitely enjoy. But as we enjoy, we are supposed to contribute for the next generation so that this idea of Krishna consciousness as a cult gets transformed to Krishna consciousness as a lifestyle. Krishna consciousness as something that we all have to accept a way of life. So my first reflection is that if we are convinced of this fact, that Krishna consciousness is not just limited to some group of people who are associated with this ISKCON movement. Krishna consciousness should be a daily affair for people at large. We are 8 billion people around the world, which is in Indian calculation is close to 850 crores. And I'm still serving in some capacity with the ISKCON's temple database committee, which is under GBC purview. So we have some high level of data. Not more than 10-15 lakhs of people around the world are practicing Krishna consciousness. So where is 800 crores and where is 10-15 lakhs? It is not even 1%, it is just a minuscule 0.1%. So how much is our unfinished task? So when Mahaprabhu is plunging, when Mahaprabhu is taking up the next leap, Mahaprabhu is doing something very limited within Madhya, and that too within Mayapur. Now, by Mahaprabhu going to take sannyas, what is he going to do? He is going to go to every town and village. So his Mahaprabhu's third phase is simply to go out and spread the Sankirtan mission and win everyone, left, right, center, just giving his love. So my first reflection in this current context is that we as students of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Caitanya Bhagavat and part of Sankirtan mission, we have to be prepared to say anything for the preaching mission. I am telling this in the last 6 months in many forums. Those who are 45 years and above, those who are crossing their mid-age, what are we waiting for? How long we will be giving, cajoling and batting around our external needs, especially those of us who have spent a couple of decades or at least 1 decade in Krishna consciousness. We need to be ready for the next phase of our life, which is committed, engaged and being a missionary. The reason I am saying this in this current context is that so many associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are going to cry when Mahaprabhu is going to leave, when Mahaprabhu is going to shave his head, when Mahaprabhu is going to accept sannyas. All of them who wanted to have Mahaprabhu be a devotee, they are going to cry. They are going to feel in separation. Gauridas Pandit is going to roll on the floor. Somebody is going to curse the barber. It's a fantastic leela. Mahaprabhu is taking sannyas. I'm not sure in Bhagavata, Chaitanya Bhagavata, to what level, what extent, we are going to dive deep. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he is going to go to take sannyas, the scene is not very exciting. It is exciting because for us, who are the recipient of such a mercy, had Mahaprabhu not taken sannyas, how things would have panned out, I do not know. But because Srila Prabhupada stepped out of the house, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stepped out of the comfort zone and house, because of all our spiritual masters gave up their comfort zone, we are sitting and talking and reading Caitanya Bhagavata. So some devotee has burnt their midnight lamp oil so that Ramgiridhari and his other friends then sit together and here read, chant Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Caitanya Bhagavata. So can we not accept that this is the legacy that I need to carry? So my next generation or the generation to come, they might need this support that we receive. So that is what I said, anything for preaching mission. Anything for spreading the Sankirtan movement. I am ready. Please engage me in the missionary service, my dear Lord. That should be our prayer. That should be our readiness. That should be our... Otherwise, you can always be busy. There is no point in time we have less engagement. We can always say, after this, tomorrow never dies and tomorrow never comes. Choose your path. Day before yesterday, we were in Mumbai having a regular Sunday program. So one of our Matajis asked that how do we understand the recently concluded Air India crash? I hope you all would have heard about the plane crash that happened. How will you conclude? Because we are seeing that happening to your neighbor or to your near and near ones just in front of you, you are suddenly starting to think about, oh my God, Air India crash, so many people died. Every day, by the time you go to sleep and get up next day morning, 1.5 lakhs people, 150,000 people are dying. So the next day morning, we are getting up, you have to thank Krishna. I survived one more day. 150,000 people are dying one night by the time we sleep and wake up. Padam, yet vipadam na desham. So how long we going to postpone? Balastavat krida shaktaha, tarunastavat taruni shaktaha, vriddhastavat chinta shaktaha, parame brahme kahopi shaktaha, bhajagovindam, govindam bhajamudamate, samprapte, sannihite kale, nahi rakshati dukrim dharane. Enough of procrastination, enough of postponing, enough of delaying. The reason I'm telling this context is somebody is coming and bringing in something for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are all now having a very happy, jolly, bonded, family time, an extended devotee family time, which all of us are enjoying. I am enjoying. Currently, the phase of life that I am in, we have a wonderful congregation in Navi Mumbai. Very nice devotees. Very enthusiastic, very wonderful devotees. So now when I see that, what is my next phase? So we'll have to create more such congregations. We have to create more such, preaching initiatives. So it is imperative that we don't remain in our comfort zone. We try to break our comfort and try to be ready. Yes, sir. Whatever it takes for the preaching mission, I am available. Please engage me in that service. Let me repay. We cannot repay. As many lifetimes as we may take, we may not be able to repay to our predecessors who have brought us into Krishna consciousness. We may not be able to repay. But we have to be somehow by being part of this mission, we are going to at least show our gratitude for what we have received. So my first reflection is that, are we ready to say, yes sir, anything for Sankirtan mission, anything for trying to make Krishna consciousness as a way of life, anything for Krishna consciousness lifestyle, anything for breaking this jinx of saying Krishna consciousness is for only some set of people and it is a cult. Can we break that, or can we extend that ideology to larger and more and more and more an audience. This is my first reflection. The second reflection that I want to say here is about what very wonderfully it is explained that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Vatsalya reciprocation. Vrindavan Das Thakur is using that word Vatsalya reciprocation because he is knowing that he is going to leave. He is going to put everyone in an apparent, I would say, a situation where they can't deny and they can't suddenly accept also. They can't deny because what Mahaprabhu is going to do is something glorious. But what they are going to lose in that scenario is that they are eventually going to lose the comfort of having get to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every day. Because Mahaprabhu is going to now, after accepting sannyas, is going to put a lot of restrictions. So already Sachi Mata is aware about it. Sachi Mata is weeping. Why she is weeping? Because my son is going to do something wonderful. It is like an army man's mother, right? A parent who have accepted that their children have to be part of the army. So they know my son is going for a higher cause, but naturally they will have a feeling of separation. Verse number 37 of this 28th chapter. Eteka chintiya bhakta vatsalya rakite jana nire bali lena randana karite. Thinking like this, to maintain his affection for his devotees, he requested his mother to cook the bottle gourd. This is called giving attention to the details which the Lord is expecting from us and the Lord is reciprocating to us. Sridhara bringing bottle gourd, another fortunate soul bringing in milk. So what is relevance? In the bigger scheme of things, those who do not have any emotions around Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission or doesn't know anything about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for them this episode is it's okay, or move on. What is so big in this? Should we even need to have this as a shloka in this chapter? Why are you even saying this? Okay, somebody brought some vegetables and somebody brought milk, so what? The message for us is the Lord, who is sitting as Antaryami. He understands our heart and he reciprocates to that. 10 days before we were in Ujjain with all our congregation devotees for a short yatra. So we were discussing about Krishna Sudama pastime. Sudama Vipra did not want to reveal what he was brought. Because Sudama saw his friends' lifestyle. Sudama felt so ashamed. How can I give this chipped rice, uncooked chipped rice, to a Maharaja? Look at his stature. And what did Krishna saw? Krishna saw Sudama's heart. He snatched from Sudama and ate them. It is explained over there that Krishna was extremely happy to host Sudama and treated him in such a manner that the entire Dwaraka Vasis, they were awestruck. They were wondering, what is this poor young skinny Brahmana has done to receive our king's attention? The description Sukadeva Goswami says that when Sudama came to Dwaraka, he crossed 3 forts, big fort. He saw a huge, opulent livelihood. So he felt out of place. He said, who is going to accept me? Who is going to give me entry? I am an out of place in this context. But Krishna, from a far away distance, he recognized Sudama. Just imagine, Krishna is sitting in his courtyard with Rukmini Devi in his palace and Sudama is elsewhere. And Krishna is running to receive Sudama and try to very nicely comfort him and having a gala time. First class, he was so happy. Why? Because he saw his devotees' heart. So that is Krishna, giving attention to our finest details. So today morning in our Bhagavatam class in Madurai, we were discussing that in our Krishna consciousness, at one stage, we will have to show and demonstrate that I am ready to come out of the comfort zone for Krishna. In Tamil, there is a statement called Menakedadal, Menakedanum, which means I will take an extra endeavor, go out of my comfort zone and try to do something for. It is like you are giving your whole life into this. And Krishna is showing this. For me, my devotees are like that. It is not that he just brought some bottle god. It's not that somebody just brought some milk. So Krishna accepts your offering. And not just accepts your offering. He accepts his offering and ready to be indebted in that relationship. Can you imagine this? Accepting offering means what? Anytime when you do a transaction, when you give something to someone, which means I am creating a kind of a debt. I am indebted. By Krishna accepting our offering, by the design of him being the Supreme Lord, he has to do reciprocation to that offering. So Krishna, in the case of his dearest devotees, he actually wants him to get into that indebted stage. He wants to force himself and he wants to give it to his devotees. He's just waiting for one small gesture from us. One small gesture. We don't even need to do it. We just need to desire. So today's our first reflection in morning class was the Krishna consciousness journey begins with we learning to desire. Can we just try to start desire? What I said in the first reflection, as a second reflection, I want to say Krishna acknowledges such desires, reciprocates such desires, indebts himself. He tried to get indebted to such a devotee. Because in Sudama's case, what did Rukmani say? Krishna, please don't eat more. The more and more you eat, the more and more we are indebted to serving such a person. So not only Krishna, Krishna's entire entourage is ready to be indebted to such a devotee who is ready to serve him. I would even refine that saying, who is desiring to be ready to serve him. To that person also Krishna is indebted. What to speak of somebody serving him? What to speak of somebody dedicating his life to him? What to speak of somebody bringing more and more souls to Lotus feet? Krishna will give a tight hug to such a person and will say, Krishna, my dear friend, I am yours. So my second reflection is to say that Krishna's Vatsalya Bhava, Krishna's motherly, fatherly, parental affection towards his beloved children, all of us, is very special. Is very special. Even though we have not asked for it, he is giving. What to speak of when we give him? He will give unlimited. Unlimited. And he is giving. Jogyata vichare kichu nahi bhai. Tomara karuna shara. Karuna na hoile kandiya kandiya prana na rakhi dwara. He is giving so many Vaishnavas. Go and rescue Ramgiridhari. Go and rescue these people. Go and rescue. So many Vaishnavas are coming and just saying, come, come, Krishna wants you. So all the people who are coming to help us, they are Krishna's. They are Krishna's agents, Krishna's representatives, Krishna's, under direct order. So my second reflection hence is that our desire to serve Krishna is recognized by Krishna. Our desire to serve Krishna is acknowledged by Krishna in plenty of ways. Our desire to serve Krishna, Krishna reciprocates in a equivocal manner and one notch up also. Yeyatam mam prapadyante tam stataiva vajamyam mamavartamanu vartate manushya partha sarvasam. So, Skolevacha Sridhara's gesture, or whether that person was brought milk, that person's gesture, whatever you are trying to serve the Lord, you are recognized. So, what are we waiting for? I am sure we are comfortably situated by establishing a relationship with Krishna. But the push here is, in the context of Mahaprabhu taking sannyas, the push here is the next league, the next effort, the next endeavor, the next journey. How long you will stay in this arrangement? Go on, spread the movement, take up the next lead and take ownership of winning more and more souls to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead under the order of your bona fide spiritual master, taking all the responsibility for the failure and giving all the credit to the Parampara. Third and last reflection in this current context is about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother. She, knowing that Mahaprabhu is going to leave, the person who is going to be directly, immediately be affected is her and Vishnu Priya. Of course, Vishnu Priya's details are not discussed over here, but Sachi Mata has once experienced about separation from Vishwarupa and also separation from Jagannath Mishra. But now, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to take sannyas, the very last shloka that we have read, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's departure, that Sachi Mata knowing, she remained awake and is weeping. So I want to reflect on this point by saying, she knew this happening, but still she kept on doing her service. When we are challenged, when we are facing some situation which is emotionally heavy, the first thing that gets affected is our service and our associated activities. We put, because of so and so reason, I have not performed my services. Now, Sachi Mata did everything that Mahaprabhu asked. Happily, she cooked for Mahaprabhu. She is enthusiastically performing service. But internally, she is holding on the feeling of separation that is going to haunt her. So this is our Siddhanta. Performing service in full ecstasy, feeling in separation for the Supreme Lord. So the idea is Krishna consciousness movement, one of the core philosophical ethos is Vipralamba Rasa, feeling in separation from Krishna, as gopis felt separation from Krishna, but in the feeling of separation, our execution of devotional service is never compromised. So my third reflection is that whilst I am ready to do anything for preaching mission, whilst I am realizing that Krishna is ready to reciprocate and he is constantly sitting in our heart and watching our desires, the third component which makes this whole circle complete is services being done enthusiastically in spite of all aspects of spiritual, devotional emotions is something we'll tell about the maturity of a practicing devotee. Our maturity in Krishna consciousness is such that no reason is an excuse for us to not execute our service. Sachi Mata is demonstrating never, not once, not twice, unlimited times. So I want to say that it is easy for us to give excuse why the services have not happened, or why I am slow, why I am not inspired. But Sachi Mata has performed her service happily, enthusiastically, and as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would be pleased, and she remained internally. She carried that feeling of separation that is going to haunt her. So this brings in a concept called what I like versus what is right. Many a times we try to do what I like, but when we are in missionary mode, we are matured enough in choosing to do what is right. So when I am switching from what I like versus what is right, my swabhava changes. So long as my swabhava is not changing, I will be only beating around the bush here. What is my swabhava? Today my swabhava in conditioned state of mind is to be centered around my senses and mind. For my swabhava, my habits, my inherent nature to be dovetailed to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, I need to do something else, which is to focus on what is right than what I like. And one step above is what is right will become what I like. That's eventually. But at this point in time, when we are in the migration from Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti towards Raganuga, when we are trying to become serious in our devotional life, when we are rising up in the ladder of devotional journey, somewhere we have to say that I have enough done of what I like. Great. That is why I am sustaining in my Krishna consciousness. Now can I switch my gear to say I have to do something that is right for the preaching mission, which eventually I will have to start liking. So Sachi Mata if you see the future conversations, she is going to let Chaitanya Mahaprabhu go. And as she is leaving him, she is also going to ask for some favors. And that bonding, that expectation. So what I'm saying is that we can go on to express our desire to serve the Supreme Lord, and the Supreme Lord will reciprocate, and we have to explicitly register to the Supreme Lord, I am ready to compromise, to come out of my comfort zone, and I'll do what is right for Krishna consciousness than what I just go on, liking only. So from that standpoint, our journey ahead is going to be very interesting. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's separation from his family affairs, is going to take sannyas, he is going to never come back home. Sachi Mata is thinking that now my son, I will not be able to make him sit on my lap, I will not be able to feed him, I will not be able to cajole him, I will not be able to do everything that I did, I will not be able to give him his comfort that he has always, deserving. I will lose the close proximity of. So she is going through so many emotions, and she knew this is coming, and she could have kept in one corner and keep crying and show throat tantrums. That's not what she did. She kept on doing her service. So hence my third reflection is that can we tune up our consciousness in such a capacity that we are ready to do what is right, needed for Krishna consciousness, and that way we'll become matured and a reliable devotee in the Krishna consciousness Sankirtan mission. So thank you all so much. So we had 3 sets of reflections in this current context, and through that we were trying to understand Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's about going to take sannyas. So if we are prepared to be taking up Krishna consciousness seriously, the whole universe is waiting to lift us up. So what are we waiting for? Hare Krishna, Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Gaurav Premanande, Hare Hare Go. Any questions, comments, reflections, thoughts?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much. Very, very interesting class. And I really liked a few points that you mentioned, like the kind of service that Prabhupada has done and the kind of responsibility our Guru Vargas have, and they have been executing, like you mentioned, His Holiness Jaitak Swami Maharaj as well, and how much responsibility has been passed on to us. I mean, sometimes we focus on how grateful we are for all that we have received, but we forget to realize that we also have the responsibility to continue. The comparison of that, the psychology of the soldier's mother and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother, that was also very interesting. We can understand how much strength the mother has to have, the wife has to have under such circumstances. And then I was also pondering over this because this chapter is not a very happy chapter. Everybody is feeling bad. Mahaprabhu is taking sannyas, and we are all empathizing with the Navadvip Vasis. But you also brought out the other side of it, that yes, it is for a higher cause, and many more people, like you mentioned, you gave a very nice number analysis that there are so many millions of people in this world, but hardly less than 0.1% has taken up to Krishna consciousness. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went for the higher good, and how much we have to also follow in his footsteps. And the most beautiful part, I thought, when you were speaking is about how magnanimous Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. You said Krishna or Mahaprabhu, they know that we are serving. First of all, the person should know that we have the intention to serve. So Krishna and Mahaprabhu, they know that we have the intention to serve. They are accepting our service. They are reciprocating with our service, and not just reciprocating, they are feeling grateful. Oh, you came to serve me. And they're doing much more than reciprocating. I thought that was very beautiful. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Then this tells us how much we should feel grateful for being given this opportunity. Hare Krishna, very lovely class, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Anant Kodi Vaishnava ki jai. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. What a wonderful session, Prabhu. So much to learn, and could feel that even you got emotional quite a few times while giving class. That shows how much gratitude you have for Srila Prabhupada and for Guru Vargas, and of course for Srila Prabhupada's mission. Yes, Prabhuji, as you said, we are in our middle age and start thinking of something, doing something what is right and not just focusing on what I like. So, yeah, so much to learn from you, Prabhuji, so much to learn. I know we have been taken Krishna consciousness, at least I'll talk about myself, to be so much like I've been taking it for granted. But that's not how it should be. So, wonderful session, Prabhu. Thank you so much. So, thank you. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. For glories to your services, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Just a rejoinder at this point in time is 10 days before I was in Madurai again for another interesting course. So one of the outcome of the course that we all took home of many other points is that as preachers at this point in time, at this stage in life, we need to build peer strength for our sustenance in Krishna consciousness, because we will definitely have juniors to learn from. We will be somewhat in such a position that we will be seen as seniors, and our time to look up to seniors and go and bond with them will be limited because of the service opportunities, even though we may have a direct respect with them. So we were discussing that people who want to get into the missionary mode, there will be some inertia, something will pulling us backwards. So we need such a peer group that we are able to counter help each other and say, hey, let's hold our hands and jump. So I used to remember this example. People doing bungee jumping, people do paragliding, people do all sorts of adventurous things. They damn put their efforts and put their trust in some human being who is, just giving you some few moments of excitement. So we are hesitant to plunge, saying that, yes, Gurudev, I am plunging. Here is my life for you. Here is, okay, rest the remaining 50 years or 40 years, 20 years, 10 years, 1 year, whatever it is for you. Can we say that? We can when we are with, very supportive, encouraging peers. So of late, wherever I'm going, I'm encouraging devotees to create close heart-to-heart friends who can call each other and do nothing, just to simply exchange their Krishna conscious loving emotions. Just exchange, just talk. So we can definitely, by having such a peer group, we will be pouring ghee to the fire of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, we will be pouring water into the fire of Krishna consciousness by this holy association. Just a rejoinder. Anyway, thanks for your kind words, Hare Krishna.
Thank
Any
you,
other questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Kindly accept my humble obeisances. It was a wonderful class. Really, Caitanya Charnaramrit, it's really beautiful. Anyone narrate I feel so into it. Prabhuji, can I please ask a question other than related to the class?
Yeah, Madhya, that's okay.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, in morning I was reading Canto 3, Chapter 14. And I came across the story of Diti and Kashyap Muni, and in inauspicious hours they had relation. And at that moment it was written online, Lord Shiva, when it is inauspicious hour, Lord Shiva moves along with bhutas and pretas. Prabhuji, did God created, like He created living entities, animals, plants, and so at that moment when this Shrishti started, Lord created Bhut Pretas also.
It is like this. Bhut Pretas are, it's like a cycle, Mataji. Okay, if I can start explaining this, that when the pralaya happens, the Jivatma they are in whichever state they were in, they are going and resting in Mahat. Then once again, when creation happens, they are all recreated and repositioned in their places. Bhutas and Pretas are those souls who did not finish their due journey and they are waiting for the due period to get over so that they have a suitable body can be provided to them according to their karma. So at which point in time Bhuta was created in the original time when the world was created by Bhuta were there or not, it's a very subjective question. Depends upon where is our starting point of our conversation, because this is like a circle. Whichever point you take as a reference and you can go forward and backward and try to discuss. But then yes, with the partial pralaya, when every time, suppose for example, if tomorrow is going to be the pralaya, at the time of pralaya, all the souls are taken back to, because the way the world is fighting, who knows, pralaya can come anytime. Iran, Iraq, everybody is putting bomb at each other and people are gone bonkers. So the idea is that if such a thing happened, your devotee is looked after and all the other jivas, they are in their own state, in whichever state of being they are in, their constitutional state is, it's like in a software program you have a configuration file. So all this information are stored and the soul is going to Mahat. Then once again when Srishti happens, then they are brought back. So if they were in a subtle body, Bhutas are technically having not a gross body because of their early exit. So they go back to that state and Lord Shiva is eventually the so they have to, so nobody creates, there's no concept of creating a ghost. A ghost is a stage of soul's journey because of some actions and mistakes. This is what I know. There may be many other ways and means by which a ghost can come in, but as far as I know, there is no concept I've heard where a ghost is created. No, Krishna does not create a ghost. Ghost is one stage of the soul's journey in his, karmic cycle. Am I clear? Did I answer you?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Any other questions or comments? Sukha Sagari Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Very nice class. Sorry, I joined a few minutes late, but it was, very inspiring to listen how you said we need to stretch ourselves in Krishna consciousness. But I was also thinking, on the practical side of it, especially what I noticed in US, the Matajis are so bogged down and so busy, and they're always stretching themselves in service. Like at least in our yatra, I've seen like they're always running around. Um, so I was thinking, do you have any thoughts about that? Because they manage the house, the kids, everything at home, and then they're up in the temple doing so many services, always stretching. That's what I, at least from what I see and gather in the US, at least that's the scenario. So
So wonderful thoughts and question, Sukha Sagari Mataji. But I will tell you what I meant when I said to stretch. Mission is not just a physical as well as participation. It is about the mindset. I used to always give this example that terrorist groups, there are scientists, engineers, professionals, businessmen. They are associated with terrorist organization. They are not physically doing bomb or creating bomb and this and that. They are all passive terrorists, but they are still classified as terrorists because they have subscribed themselves to that mission in such a capacity, anything for their target. I'm not, it's a very weird example, but unfortunately it's very relevant to highlight how in our spirit, not one person compromising, we work on it. And when we think of our dearest Radhika Raman Prabhu and Arudha Mataji, Arudha Mataji, she was a missionary, she is a missionary. The way she cultivated Radhika Raman Prabhu, and Radhika Raman Prabhu is now a world-known, well-known preacher and a fantastic devotee. I would say that is equally a mission. So it is not that our missionary activities are only meant to prove a point or trying to, show off. This is purely subtle. Of course, whatever this is community related services, how devotees are to be balanced, looked after, they have a very healthy life. They are all supposed to be taken. That is why I said peer group. The peer group point that I mentioned is we try to ensure that nobody is maxed out, burned out, that you are so much worn out that you feel like, oh my God, I'm gagged. I need a vacation. I'm saying that my understanding is Krishna consciousness is vacation inbuilt. It is always so entertaining if you do it with so much of love and understanding. The only thing is that we will feel burdened when there is no love, when there is no bonding. So if we can create our community in such a capacity, we don't make it as a work, rather make it as a mission. It will be very exciting. And if I can say this, many a times a devotee feel maxed out or worked out when there is a shortfall in philosophical and emotional understanding of Krishna consciousness. So when you are involved in services without enough philosophical and emotional understanding of Krishna consciousness, at some point in time you will feel burnt out. So I said three things. Number one, yes, we need to learn to have a balanced living. Number two, missionary life means you can try to focus on one aspect, one agenda, focusly, like example of Radhika's mother, Arudha Mataji did it for Radhika Raman Prabhu, and all the life she did is to, create one Radhika Raman and one Gopal Hari and make them as wonderful devotees. Now the world is seeing the, outcome. So that is also a mission. And the third aspect of it is that when we are talking about mission, it is equally important how we are philosophically, emotionally involved in Krishna consciousness, then we don't feel burnt out with the support of our peer groups. Your very valid point. ISKCON has been through so much of some casualties when devotees get extra burnt out. So it is our duty. So two examples I keep reflecting all the time. One is a terrorist camp. Second is a soldier camp. Terrorist camp has got some wonderful things. Why terrorist camp? Even asuras, for that matter, they are very good in accomplishing some things. So we can learn something from them, but we don't learn their mood and intention. So the soldiers army, they are able to do their soldier mission by internally being a good peer support, because they are not with their families, they are not with their mother, wife, and children. So they happen to support each other. Okay, you take a break, I support you. They take a break, we support you. They kind of do some rotational. So that is why there is a very strong conversation going on to create peer group at all levels. Even for gurus, they need peers. Today, gurus are also maxed out with disciples, flocking to them with so many domestic problems. The gurus needs a lot of senior disciples to grow up. Saying that, please extend yourself. I will not be able to manage. So everybody needs different levels of support system. So creating such a support system, we being part of such a support system is also missionary. So if you think that if some Matatis in your community are maxed out, I will just make them just Ruh Afza and go and give them Mataji. You've been burnt out in summer. Take this juice and enjoy this. I will be, please. I'm sure you'll get a tight hug from Samadhi. Thank you so much, Mataji. You gave some juice to me. I guess let's extend ourselves. A very nice gesture and wonderful. Let's do that. I think we should look after our soldiers so that the fight against Maya is powerful. Hare Krishna. Makes sense, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Yes, it does make a lot of sense. In practical, I don't know how much it is implemented or can be implemented, Prabhu. But yeah, like you said, uh, I mean, they are supportive of each other. I mean, we are supportive of each other and try to encourage each other. I don't know if that is a problem, but it's just that, I feel the general mood in the US, especially with the lifestyle and other constraints that, ladies or women have compared to like a country like India where they can reach out for help, like that's what I commonly hear from devotees. Like even like when I've talked to some Mataji's devotees who were visiting from India, they do acknowledge that they receive quite a bit of help and they're not required to do much. But in the US, I think it's a little different because of the lifestyle and things like that.
I guess we have a project there out there for somebody to steer ahead and say, how can we create support groups for ladies and try to extend some care and concern for them. I genuinely share that, and with so much of governmental and various other transactions that are happening, so there is also tensions of finances and family and whatnot. So yeah, I guess when we come together, maybe we can do something. So wish you all the best. I'm sure Krishna will have some plans for all the sincere souls out there.
Thank you, Prabhuji. As always, a beautiful class, thought-provoking. And if you have time, please sing a bhajan, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, sure. I'll be Shivani Mataji also as a requested. If there are any more questions, I'll take it up, otherwise we'll sing one small bhajan. Okay, so we will sing a song. So I'll sing this Kevala Ashtakam. It's more than a song, it is just a prayer, but something that Maduram Madurebhyopi Mangalebhyopi Mangalam Pavanam Pavanebhyopi Hare Namaiva Kevalam Abrahma Stamba Paryantam Sarvam Mayamayam Jagat Satyam Satyam Punah Satyam Hare Namaiva Kevalam Saguru Sapita Chapi Samata Bandavo Pisa Sikshaye Chet Sada Smartum Hare Namaiva Kevalam Nishvasena hi Vishvasa Kadaruddo Bhavishyati Kirtaniyamato Bhalya Hare Namaiva Kevalam Hari Sada Vasetatra Yatra Bhagavata Janam Gayanti Bhakti Bhavena Hare Namaiva Kevalam Aho Dukkam Mahadukkam Dukkha Dukkataram Yataha Kachartam Vesmritam Ratna Hare Namaiva Kevalam Diyatam Diyatam Karno Niyatam Niyatam Vacha Giyatam Giyatam Nityam Hare Namaiva Kevalam त्रिणीकृत्य जगत् सर्वम् राजते सकलोपरम् चिदानन्दमयं शुद्धम् हरेर्नामैव केवलम् हरेर्नामैव केवलम् हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल. More sweet than all other sweet things, more auspicious than all other auspicious things, the greatest purifier of all purifying things, the holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. The entire universe, from exalted Brahma down to the lowly clump of grass, is a product of illusory energy of the Supreme Lord. The only thing that is reality, again I say reality, the holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. That person is a true preceptor or a true father, a true mother, and a true friend. Also, only if they teach one to always remember the holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. There is no certainty when the last breath will come and put an abrupt halt to all one's material plans. Therefore, it is wise to always practice chanting from very childhood. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. Lord Hari eternally dwells in that place where truly exalted, spiritually advanced souls sing in the mood of pure devotion. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. Aho, what a sorrow, more painful than any other misery in this world. Mistaking it as a mere piece of glass, the people have forgotten this jewel. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. It should be heard again and again with one's ears. It should be uttered over and over with one's voice. It should be perpetually sung and sung anew. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. It makes the entire universe seem insignificant as a blade of grass. It reigns supreme over all in a splendorous manner. It is full of eternally conscious divine ecstasy. It is supremely pure. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, dear devotees. Thank you, Prabhuji, for a very, very beautiful singing, very nice answers, and a lovely session. We are very grateful to you. Thank you all devotees for joining us and giving us your valuable association. We will continue tomorrow and thank you for joining us. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His grace, Ramgiridhari Prabhu ki
Prabhuji ki
jai.
jai. Hare Krishna
Jai.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare
So
Krishna.
beautiful
Krishna
song.
ending the